Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Flynn lawyer argues case should be dismissed over egregious government misconduct. According to the Daily Caller, an attorney for Michael Flynn said in federal court Tuesday she may seek a dismissal of charges against the former national security advisor, citing egregious conduct and suppression of exculpatory information in the case. Prosecutors handling the case had a surprise of their own, telling Judge Emmett Sullivan that they are now reserving the option of recommended jail time for Flynn instead of just probation. Prosecutors with the special counsel team last year recommended that Flynn receive probation without jail time because of his substantial cooperation in several investigations. But Flynn's situation has changed dramatically since then. He no longer has to meet with the special counsel's team since the Russia probe has ended, and in June, he hired a new legal team that has aggressively challenged the government's investigation of Flynn. Flynn's defense attorney, Sidney Powell, told Judge Emmett Sullivan that the legal team has no plans to pull out of the plea deal that Flynn struck with the special counsel on December 1st, 2017. Instead, Powell is questioning the basis of the government's case against Flynn and may seek to have charges thrown out altogether. Quote, there never would have been a plea to begin with if the government had disclosed Brady information about what it knew before the plea agreed, Powell said in the hearing, according to Fox News. Powell said, quote, the entire prosecution should be dismissed for egregious government misconduct, BuzzFeed News reported. Sullivan scheduled a hearing for October 31st to go over Flynn's argument that prosecutors failed to turn over potentially exculpatory information known as Brady material. That's basically information that prosecutors supposed to turn over to the defense that shows contradictory evidence that proves that a defendant is innocent. They're supposed to turn over that material, but the prosecutors in Flynn's case never turned over that material. The article goes on to say that Sullivan set tentative sentencing date for Flynn on December 18th. That would be exactly 1 year after Flynn last appeared for sentencing before the judge. Flynn decided to delay sentencing after Sullivan delivered a scathing reprieve of the retired lieutenant general and indicated that jail time could be included in the sentence. Powell asserted that a Justice Department memo exists which exonerates Flynn of being a Russian agent. According to reports from Tuesday's hearing, Assistant U.S. Attorney Brandon Van Grack pushed back against Powell's statement, noting that Flynn was not charged with being a Russian agent. Instead, Flynn pleaded guilty on December 1st, 2017 to lying to the FBI during the January 24, 2017 interview. Flynn admitted to falsely denying discussing sanctions in December 2016 with then Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. The White House interview was arranged by the FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe and conducted by Peter Strzok, the FBI counterintelligence official who was fired over anti-Trump text messages. Flynn's lawyer have argued that the government failed to provide Strzok's text messages. So there's plenty of information out there that the prosecutors never disclosed to Flynn and his team, basically showing that the whole thing was a setup to get Flynn, to catch Flynn in a lie. They used they had his transcripts. They knew everything that Flynn had talked about to the Russian ambassador, and so they set him up to get him to catch himself in a lie so they could prosecute him. Had nothing to do with Russia, really. Basically caught him making a false statement. What they did was they basically asked him questions, and they had the transcript right there and got him to misremember some type of information. And that's how they get you, because any statement that you make to an FBI agent can be held, and it's not true. You can be held, you can be prosecuted over, and that's how they set them up. No one, you can't 100% remember everything that you said to someone word for word. So that's how they got him. But the whole thing was a setup. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Until next time. We living on a really nightmare. We living on a really nightmare.